Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and share a story, uh, a part of my testimony that happened to me when I lived in Hawaii. I had left the mafia. I had ran from Chicago to get away from this mafia boss, and although they found me, I went to Hawaii to be with my sister, and I ended up staying there it was my home base for 18 years. And then I moved to Kwajalein Islands, a military island. I met a guy. I was on heroin so bad I couldn't function. I was stripping in bars. That was the only way I could make any money. I couldn't hold a job. And I met this guy, and I ended up marrying him. He was in the military, and he was one of my customers. And I married him because I basically couldn't take care of myself anymore. Sad but true. This is what drugs will do to you. I married him for all the wrong reasons, and then I ended up taking care of him till he died. He was much older than me. But this is what happened to me when I lived in Hawaii. There's a place called Pauli Lookout, and it's a big tunnel. Hawaii is a very, very, very haunted island. And they talk about all these gods, and there's all different ethnic people that live there. Chinese, Vietnamese, Samoan, Hawaiian, people from Australia, you name it. There's a Heinz variety in Hawaii. I lived on Oahu, but I traveled all the outer islands, whenever I wanted to go somewhere else. California wasn't far. But anyway, I was driving the Pauli Lookout one day. And this is before cell phones came out. They were getting ready to come out. Me and this girl, I was living with this girl named Michelle. Her name was Michelle also. She was a stripper, and we still remain friends to this day. Her sister died. Her daughter died the day I was burying my sister. And my sister became friends with her. One of my baby sisters that died. I lost two of my baby sisters, my oldest sister. But they had met on Facebook through me, Michelle's daughter, and my baby sister was going to go with me on vacation to meet Michelle and her daughter. They become pretty close on Facebook. When my sister dies, and we're burying her on her birthday, I get a phone call. My daughter is dead. A text. My daughter is dead. My daughter is dead. Not to change the subject, just something that came up. And I'm like, Michelle called my sister her daughter, like it was her daughter too. I said, I know, we're burying her now. I'll text you back. She said, you don't understand. It was Brandy. She died. I honestly believe that my sister and her daughter walked hand in hand into the kingdom of heaven. I really do. But anyway, I truly believe that. They wanted to meet so bad, They had a lot in common. But anyway, this is what happened to me while driving towards that tunnel that day. It was a sunny day. It was pretty sunny, kind of cloudy, not nothing real bad, to where you couldn't see up. I got to look, and I started slowing down. I felt weird. I heard it ringing in my ears in both of them. And I started looking all around, slowing down. And other cars were slowing down too. And I started looking all around. I started looking up towards the sky. I seen a pair of legs. I kid you not. This went up into the heavens. It was a giant. And all this time, I believe the Lord was trying to show me about the strongman demon that was inside of me, and I'm going to get to that. This happened back in my late 30s, I might have been about 40 or 41 years old. I'm 61 now. I get to looking, and I see a pair of legs with these big toes. I could see the toes. I could see his toes. In sandals that strapped up all the way to his knee. It didn't look like nothing of this day. And he had on a pleated skirt. And I could see, I looked over, I seen his shield up in the air in his right hand. Let me see. No, he had his sword in his right hand, and he had his shield in his left hand, okay? I'll never forget this. Other cars are stopping and pulling over. They're seeing it too. And I see people getting out with cameras and all. Now, mind you, the cell phones hadn't come out. People, photographers or whatever. There's a lot of photographers in Hawaii. There's a lot of movie making there. People come there to do modeling, whatever. I modeled there. But anyway, yes, this thing had on a pleated skirt, and it's embedded in my mind just like it was yesterday. It was like it had like a plaid pleated skirt. I could see like color in it. And I looked up. I couldn't see his head or nothing, but I could see all the way up to where his skirt like started going into his belly and, his chest. And I looked straight up into the heaven. I couldn't see his head or nothing, but I could see him like his legs were spread, like he was moving. He was walking. He was walking. I could see his legs moving. And all these other people are getting out and pointing and whatever. And I was in a hurry to get somewhere. I forget where I was going, to a doctor appointment or something. So I had to keep moving. I pulled over for about 5 minutes. And I believe the Lord was trying to show me this all back then. The weirdest of weird things happened to me there also. But I seen this giant, and others did too. I wish I could have got a picture of it. I mean, there were people taking pictures. I seen them, or using their binoculars, whatever. But I could see people getting things out of their glove box and, but this was true. This thing was gigantic. It was big. So I do know for certain, and they talk about giants in Hawaii a lot. And they believe all these different gods and everything. I've heard people talk and all this. They are true gods. They have all different, no wonder I couldn't make it there. I couldn't make it there. It was just everything I was into. And there was a lot going on that island. But anyway, I seen a giant. And then it made sense to me when I was fasting about 4 months ago. And I was praying for the Lord to show me. No, it's been longer. That was back in the spring. I take that back. It was back in the spring when I found out I actually had a spirit inside of me, or spirits. Okay, the day I started fasting, about the 4th day, some weird things happened to me through that fast too, and I'll tell y'all about them. But the Holy Spirit showed me that I had spirits in me. I started to hear their heartbeat. I could taste them. I could feel them. I could see them. And I knew they were around me, but I didn't know it was inside of me. That day, my 5th sense kicked in. I believe I was born wide awake with my senses wide open. My sense kicked in and I could start to hear the heartbeat of the demons in my ear. Whenever I spoke truth about God or prayed or said anything about God, they would start shaking inside of me and I could hear their heartbeat. That's how too I know how powerful prayer is. And when we speak negativity, they feed on our fear and our negativity. And I know that too. That's why I try to never speak negative. I bite my tongue from now on. And when I've been videoing, or videoing my dogs playing or whatever, I can see the spirits run when I'm speaking truth or praying or saying anything about God. They will run.